Hello everyone, Abby here, Purple Cottage Crafts, and welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. This one is going to be a quick tips with Abby video, and it has been a hot minute since I've done one of these. So this one is going to be about the patty paper squares that I found at Dollar Tree. Now before I jump into this, I am in no way, shape, or form claiming that I am the only person on the planet who has used these papers for crafting. That's not what I'm saying. I had never seen these before. I wasn't looking for them, I guess is why. They had them on a plastic strip on a different aisle, so I was like, oh, these would be great to use, you know, for my crafting things. And now, of course, I have rolls of parchment and sheets of parchment, and I can cut those down, and I've done that forever, tear them down, whatever, to use as backing for when I'm using matte gel medium, using sprays, paints, etc. But I thought this is great because it's already cut down small for me, and I don't have to mess with cutting down my larger pieces of paper. So for me, it's just really quick and convenient. For others, maybe not, but you know, we all like to do our individual things. So basically it's just like wax paper, and it's just this small square that you obviously can use for, you know, your hamburger patties, and it says on the packaging all the different things you can use it for, you know, candy making, blah, blah, blah. So I just wanted to share with you a couple ways that I'm going to be using these smaller ones, and just kind of, yeah, do that. So I do have my third sample. I will put that video clip up in just a moment because it's off to the side still drying, so I can't go mess with it right now. So the first thing I wanted to do is I thought this would be great for using when I want to do some coffee spraying. I was going to say coffee painting and coffee spraying at the same time. Oh, Abby. Sometimes I'm like, what is wrong with me today? We'll just do like a little bit of spritz in here, and I don't have to worry about getting a huge piece of parchment out, you know, and not that it's a big deal for me to do that, but I thought, man, this would be nice and quick and convenient. Plus, when I go to my my coastal crop every October with all my crafty girlfriends that live here in Oregon, or if I want to do some crafting at a girlfriend's house when we can, or I want to do something in the house for a little bit or something, I don't have to bring in my whole big thing. I can just parchment paper, or steal some parchment paper from the kitchen because I've been known to do that. I can just bring in a few sheets of this, and it's just perfect. So I love it. This is the perfect size to just do the spraying. You can use your heat tool on top of it. I did that on the other sample that you'll see in an upcoming clip. And you can definitely use one of these squares per tag, but they both fit on here just fine, so there's no reason for me to use two. So I'm going to be using a couple of Seth Apter's Paper Artsy paints. This is his gold, which is metallic gold, and this is his heavy cream, which is just dreamy. I haven't even used this one yet, but I've seen it, and it just looks lovely. So we're going to go ahead and do the gold on this one here. Just put a little bit blob on there. Bloop. Well, that's more than I wanted, but that's okay because I can reuse this. Or you could even use this as a small palette if you wanted to do that too. That's probably what I should have done actually, because I would have, you know, here I got a third one out. So let's just do that right now. Let's just pretend this is my palette paper. You know, they do sell palette paper. That is a real thing. Okay, so let's just do that. So that's my fourth sample, my fourth idea. You can just use it for, you know, your palette paper, and I can go off the edge if I want to. You know, I don't have to worry about it getting onto my table paper, or because if you're like me, I'm working on several projects at one time. So when one thing is drying, or I'm waiting for, you know, to work on something different, I will pick it up, move it to the side, and I work on the next thing. So this is just great to have this small bit of paper, and I can just kind of easily bring it onto my workspace, and then you know, not have to worry about getting my table paper messy or anything, because I'm using these little tiny squares. So anyway, I think you guys get the gist, but I want to go ahead and finish painting this since I started it. But it's just, you know, really quick, convenient, easy idea. I don't know how long Dollar Tree's been selling these, because like I said, I haven't been looking for them. You know, I just don't go down that aisle of Dollar Tree typically, and I just saw them there, and I was like, oh wow, those are really cool. So, you know, thought that would be a fun you know, addition to my crafting arsenal, so to speak. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of a dry brush technique on this one. So I am going to use this for my palette paper as well. With this one here, I'm just going to put a little bit out because, oops, I can do another tag, so not a big deal if there's extra. I'm just going to kind of do this, and I can just brush it off to the side like this to get, you know, a little bit off. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys, you couldn't even see. Where you can get a little bit less on your brush. I'm going to turn it this way since it's easier for me to work closer to me. And just do a little bit of dry brush on here like this. And like I said, I can just go off of the tag if I want to. It's not going to get my background paper messy. Now, that is fun to do sometimes when you want to have some, you know, background papers that you use in other art journaling projects. But like I was saying, when I'm working on multiple projects at one time, I don't always necessarily want my table background paper to get messy or, you know, wet with sprays or paints and stuff, because I want to mix in with a different project that I'm working on. So anyway, just a real super quick, simple video here. I will put up that last little clip as I'm just kind of chatting for a second. I like to keep these under 10 minutes-ish. I'm using some matte medium gel on this envelope. It's actually a vintage envelope, and it already kind of has that really cool kind of, you know, aging marks on it, like a little bit of brown and stuff around the edges. But I wanted to kind of, you know, dress it up a little bit and add some more visual texture to it. So I just used some dress pattern paper, and it's just perfect to use. So I can go off of the edge of the envelope, same principle as what I just showed you guys with the painting. And I just really think this is kind of a cool, quick, convenient thing for me to do. I can also put it inside the envelope. So whenever I am, you know, that way the inner pages don't stick together if they're still drying a little bit. Like if they're a little bit tacky still, I want to kind of move on and finish the front of the envelope or the project, I can stick that patty paper in between, and it's not going to, you know, my envelope is not going to stick together. So I just think it just makes it really convenient to have these papers and to use them for that purpose, and, you know, in your different projects and stuff. So there we have that. All right, you guys. So let me know in the comment section below if you've already been using the patty papers in your crafting your different crafting projects. And I do have a couple other ideas that how I can incorporate these into an actual project instead of them being like a substrate for me to, you know, paint on or spray on, things like that. Oops, sorry guys. I did not mean to hit my tripod. Sorry about that. So anyway, I will do that in a different video because I have to bring other supplies out, and I'm already working on like 5 things right now. So that'll be another day. But just for now, just this quick tip with Abby, I'm using these patty paper squares in your crafting as your paint palette, as a way to keep your background papers clean on your table for painting on. You can use it for different sprays, you know, whether it's coffee, paints, whatever, and then also as a you know, a paper in between pages or something if they're still kind of drying and you're wanting to move on to the next side. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to go and wrap this up because I'm getting close to my 10 minutes. So I will see you guys next time. Stay safe, stay healthy, and go to Dollar Tree and get yourself a pack. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.